Welcome to the Save Par Golf Podcast, where two average golfers talk about golf and things. I'm your host, Eric.
I'm your host, Dominic.
We are currently on episode 107. We have a very special guest tonight. We have Justin with Good Boy Golf. They are a company that makes apparel, customized swag boxes, and so much more. If you're not following them on Instagram, make sure to hit that follow button. Their handle is at goodboygolf_. Thank you so much for taking the time and joining us on the podcast.
Yeah, absolutely. Great to be here, guys. I know you're in Minnesota. We're in Cali here, so we've still got some golf weather, which is nice.
You have a.
We have some golf weather.
Actually, surprisingly, I just got an email.
It's 29 degrees, but there's no snow.
Yeah, that we're supposed to hit 40s this weekend, and I got
Okay.
an email earlier today saying that they're going to open up a couple courses, I mean, which is wild. You're probably thinking like that's absolutely insane, but for us, that's actually really nice at this time of year.
That's a holiday treat right there.
100%. While we're here, we do have a 10% off code for all of our followers. If you use Good Par, you can get 10% off of your order. We'll put the link on the podcast afterwards, and we'll also post it when this goes live, which will go live this Friday. Uh, but no, I'm really excited about this episode. We had Brian on last week, which we really enjoyed his conversation. Super good dude. He did talk a little bit about Good Boy Golf. But we'd really like to kind of go in depth on that. Could you tell us a little bit about Good Boy Golf and how it got started?
Yeah, absolutely. So I think like as we talked briefly about, everybody wanted to start a golf company in over the last couple years, and I wasn't any different from that mindset. Ideally, the plan was I was having my first child and taking paternity leave in April. And so in February, I said, let's just see if we can start a business for the boys, like just a little side gig, do some polos and hats. I was sick and tired of paying 70, 80, 90, $100 for a polo. And I go through hats like crazy. And I was doing this at night, not telling my wife. And then I just got down a rabbit hole. I started figuring out like, wait a minute, maybe we could do more than apparel. And as I started to look at a lot of the other golf companies, I noticed that all they do is apparel and not actual golf products. So this rabbit hole got deeper. It got deeper. I started ordering product samples from a bunch of different manufacturers, testing them out, and thought, you know what? I can do all golf products. And I did it during this time. I did a couple golf tournaments, and the tee prizes were very lackluster. Whether it was, you're paying $200-300 for a tournament, you get a polo and a hat. And so I researched a little bit on that, and it's primarily because product costs are so high, and nobody really curates the products and boxes them up nicely and delivers them in a fashion that's like a present. They're here, it's on your cart, check in, here you go. So I approached Spanish Hills private club here in Camarillo. And I approached them and said, hey, I want to do your guys' member guest tournament. I will do a customized swag box. Here's the products that will put in there. Here's what I will charge you. 5 seconds later, they're like, done. At this point, I didn't have a company. I don't think I had started.
It's impressive.
Yeah. So that was in May. The tournament was July 27th. I had to pull it all together by July 27th. From there, official launch date was July 27th. It took off. And so that's kind of how the story of how we got started and how we built it was really based off of the tournament swag boxes.
Did you have any experience at all, like in the golf industry previously?
In terms of golf products, no. My experience has been golfing. But I've been in sales for a significant amount of time and primarily medical device sales. And that's really what drove a lot of the way we've gone about our business is running it like a medical device company. Medical device companies, they're it's a plethora of them. And there's a lot of these Me Too's. And so we've had to build a business differentiating ourselves. And so that was what we did is we don't have to have this high technology. We don't have to create a new product. We just have to solve a problem. And the problems in this industry are price, lack of customization options, and lackluster tournament team sizes. And so he said that's what we're going to solve all those problems in one.
You definitely when you were talking about the story about how you had to make that quota before a certain date, I was thinking sales right off the bat. I work in sales as well.
Okay.
And so I was like, yeah, that's definitely some sort of that's a sales pitch right there. Like you're already making the sale before you actually have the product in hand. And
A
but again,
hundred.
that's a pretty impressive feat right there for sure.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I'm a big proponent of like try before you buy. It's how we do it in medical devices. Trial this. If you like it, you'll buy it. If you don't like it, we'll take it back. And we do a lot of that. So we do a lot of pop-up events. We give a bunch of free shit away. Um, Buy it after if you want. If you don't, no big deal. And so that's what we do with a lot of these tournaments as well, is we'll sponsor par three, do a bunch of giveaways, swag boxes. We let people see it, feel it. We interact with them. If you like it, you'll come back. Um, but for us, it's not just about the product. It's the community we're trying to build of golf. Like we are, I say, engulfing ourselves in golf, whether it's our golf lounge, it's our pop-up simulators at breweries. We have a golf league we're starting. We've got our tournament business, we've got our juniors, our ladies, our men's, like it's golf. We even have our own
I saw
top
that on
30 to me.
Instagram. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
awesome. Very cool.
So if it's golf related, we want people to think of Good Boy Golf.
Um, so a lot of the comments you just talked about, like the female apparel, the youth, I definitely want to touch base on those as well. But my next question was kind of like going back is like the business model sounds awesome. I love the idea, but can you talk a little bit about like the logo itself? Where did it come from? Because I think it's very what do you say, like positive. I mean the smiley face and the T, like
Yeah.
it just has that positivity to it. Where did it come from?
Yeah. So it's funny you ask that because a lot of people love the logo, but nobody asks like where it came from. Yeah. Picking a name for a golf company is really hard,
Mhm. Very.
right? Like it's extremely difficult. And I have my notebook still that like I have 5 pages of names, and I would come up with some names, and then I would go look up, are they trademarked? Are they already licensed to in California? There's a lot of businesses out there. And so um couple things. One, there's no way my wife would have ever let me start a golf company that was Bad Boy Golf. As we so I have to think about that. And um so secondly, wanted to keep it positive. My little boy, I had a little boy in April, and so I wanted it to be something like I call him Good Boy, like, oh, you're a good boy. And so that's how it started. I only wanted to focus on men's golf products, so Good Boy Golf seemed to fit. The logo, there's a website I used to create the logo, and was able to kind of, and I'm not a graphic designer by any means, but was just able to put something together. I wanted a super big smiley face, and this just kind of over about a week, just messing around with the tool. This is what ended up coming up with.
Definitely pops though. I like it. But when you going back to like the name thing, it is that's probably one of the toughest things. Like you have this idea and you're like, hey, this is great. But I mean, the logo is everything, but also the name, right? I mean, you work in the the retail business or the shoe company, shoe business, and it's like those things mean a lot to
Right.
people that are buying the product, right?
Could you imagine trying to name this if we didn't have Safe Par already?
Yeah.
Like, what would we
Yeah, I
call it?
mean, yeah, I actually, yeah, a little known fact is I originally the original Instagram handle that I started was actually the Golfstagram, and it's still out there. I mean, that the Golfstagram is a huge Instagram, and I've just let it's been stagnant for years. But I was like, the Golfstagram is a great name for Instagram, but down the road, Instagram might not exist.
Yep.
Like, what is another name that like I was just same kind of thing, brainstorming, like writing notes and like save, like we're all trying to save par because I'm not making birdies on a regular basis, so I'm just trying
No.
to save
No.
par, so it was like, okay, that sticks. But yeah, same thing. It's like the name is it, kind of putting everything together is not an easy task.
Well,
Yeah.
it's hard
It,
to like future proof it, right? Like
Right.
like you were saying, how if somehow Instagram goes away, well, I I future proofing it is like half the battle.
Yeah, because the Instagram was like the Golfstagram was like that's a genius Instagram hashtag. It's great and it grew really quickly, but I was like more thinking like you said on the future side of things, like well, I
yeah.
mean, there's so many other platforms that are probably going to pop through in social media where it's like, well, I want it to be something other than just Instagram related, even though I still love Instagram out of all the
Bad
social media platforms.
Bad boy golf sounds badass though. You should like
Get that one too.
yeah,
Have a happy medium with a frown circle or a frown face instead of a smiley
not
face.
even like it could be a smiley face, but with like the angry eyes.
There you go.
You know
Yep.
what I mean?
Like
Like a
the
little
old No
offshoot.
Fear
Yeah.
logo.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right. No fear. Yeah. Um,
We're I'm not gonna say too much, but there might be a limited collection down the line that and you know who actually asked for it more? It's the girls. The girls are like, I want bad girl golf. They're like,
I like
I'm
it.
not a good girl, and I'm like, okay, all right, well, I mean, we can make it
Trying
happen.
to make the people happy, right? Yeah,
That's right.
exactly. Give them what they need or what they like. So you talked about the Good Boy Golf Lounge. It looked really cool on Instagram. Is that something that's open to the public? Is that or are you doing a brick and mortar? What's the
Yeah.
plan there?
Yeah, so the it's a work in progress. Our so I'm in the lounge right now. You can see behind me is our that's the TV lounge.
Yep.
If you go this way, there's our bar area.
Happy
And then
Gilmore and Caddyshack posters
yeah, we're
there.
getting some stuff put on
Got
the
a tin
walls. We
cup
got
too.
Yeah.
we've got Tin Cup over here that'll be
Yep.
going up soon too. Um, the gym, which never gets used. And then if you start going back, that's where you start seeing cornhole simulators, a couple guys playing back there as well.
You literally
Um,
have pretty much
So
everything into
hold
one.
on. So in Minnesota, we don't call it cornhole,
Yeah.
and I have to correct you, otherwise my dad will yell at me. It's not cornhole. It's bags.
Yeah, bags.
That's
Yeah,
Bags.
right.
bags.
Yeah.
It's funny how certain areas
Bags.
you call it. Yeah. I was gonna say the only thing you're missing is a pickleball net.
Back
You
in
know
stable.
what? Never say never, man. Like it's, I always say our motto, we can do anything we want to do. If we want a
Absolutely.
pickleball court, you better damn bet there's probably gonna be a pickleball court here at some point.
We need a
I
we
And
need a
then the
sound
last
there
thing we
too.
have in here is our pro shop. So we've got an entire pro shop set up with all of our gear for people to come in and check out.
so for our listeners and viewers, where are you guys located in California?
Yeah, so we're in Camarillo, California, which is in Ventura County. It's like smack dab between LA and Santa Barbara.
Okay.
Um, so it's a pretty big golf area. We have um I want to say like 25 courses within 25 minutes from us. So
Yeah.
we've got a lot of good golf and a lot of good weather to play golf, and it's blown up out here. And so for the lounge, we're gonna do it almost like, think about it as a country club, and a combination between a country club and a gym. It's gonna be members only. Um, but we're gonna have run it like a country club. We're gonna have family events, tournaments, golf leagues, Sunday football, call it, everything in that manner, but it's gonna cost maybe $100 a month, $150 a month. And it gives you unlimited access to the lounge, which when we launch it officially in January, 7 days a week, come in and work from here, come in and watch football, come come golf, come play in a tournament, come drink, come hang out, bring your kid, whatever it may be.
So it's like
We
a
create that
country
little
club.
It's like a clubhouse. It's
Yeah,
like the fun parts of golf.
country club, but not at a golf course, but
Yeah.
it's golf related. However, it's more of a family type of deal where you can bring
100%,
I love it.
100%. It is about for us, it's the brand and the community is what we're trying to create. So
Well,
we're
as long as you have the correct football game on TV, like
So look,
I know who you're gonna say, but for me,
Yeah.
like, I'm in Minnesota, so you know who I'm gonna say. But even though you're in Minnesota too, but you're still a
who's your
Vikings fan.
team?
But
Oh, it's got to be the
so
Niners.
I'm a diehard Vikings fan. So
Niners, man.
who you got?
I'm a Rams guy,
Rams
so
Oh,
guy.
that's
Okay.
terrible. I'm
it
sorry.
is. Sadly, this has consumed my life. And I have not. I've let my fantasy football teams go to shit. I've not followed the Rams as much, except that we're so close to the Rams. We actually had their equipment managers in here last week, and we're getting ready to do a little drop
Very
special
cool.
for Rams. And like in it, everybody pays attention to the professional athletes,
Yep.
but nobody pays attention to the equipment managers. But the equipment managers are the ones who handle all the equipment. So we're like, fuck it.
Yeah.
Let's drop a line for the equipment managers. You guys come in here. We'll let you create your designs, your colors. We'll make it like Rams themed, but you pick it out and we're gonna drop it and you guys can rock it. And so we're getting ready to do that with them as well.
That'll be cool.
That is, yeah. It's like why go right here when you can go to the people right here, but they're also are able to. They have the reach of
Well,
A
it
hundred
gives
percent.
the athletes the equipment.
exactly. That's what
You
I'm saying.
know,
Great idea. I think so. We have I mean, there's obviously plenty of companies that have indoor facilities, simulators. We have one locally that we've worked with a 24-hour facility. But I think this is probably like first as far as like trying to do like a country club style of membership. I personally haven't heard of one that has done something like that. And
Hmm.
it's not just golf related. They're trying to kind of,
and if you got some beer in the fridge,
well, yeah, like you
you
Oh
said,
know,
yeah.
you can, yeah. Well, they have their own beer, so of course
I
they got
know.
that
You
beer in the
should.
fridge.
We got beer, we got wine, we have a full bar. So we want you to treat it like your house. You walk in, you go behind the bar, you pour yourself a cocktail,
It's
you
really
sit
cool.
down, you bench press a couple times, probably not. Or
It's an
you
option just
go,
in
Got to
case.
yeah,
chug a
you
margarita
That's
and hit
after
on.
you have like 3 beers when you feel like you can bench 300
a
pounds, and
hundred,
then
a hundred
You're gonna
percent,
chug a marg and then hit a nuke.
yeah, watch this,
a hundred
wifey. I'll
percent.
show you. I used to be able to do this back in state.
You,
Yeah,
your wife would roll her eyes.
Napoleon Dynamite style. Yeah, back in '82, man, I'd be able to bench 400. No, I couldn't.
I was
Yep.
hunting Wolverine to my uncle.
But so like, can you tell us a little bit like like ballpark pricing on what that would look like for someone that wanted to sign up?
It's gonna be around $150 a month.
Oh, that's not
Um,
bad.
no, right? I mean, if you think about renting a simulator out, that alone, right? If you did that once a week, is gonna be more than $150. So, but it's gonna be about $150 a month, and then that'll include the full access. And then we're also gonna have weekly golf leagues that'll be open to the public. So we'll do that during the week, especially in the wintertime, where we'll have 3 simulators set up here. I think about it like I used to go to bowling leagues all the time, and or softball. We're gonna run it just like that. Show up, bring your fam, bring some beers, let's play around, and so we'll be doing that as well, but it's meant to be super affordable.
How many bays or how many like what's your overall plan like as far as like your building space? Because you kind of do like the 360 view and it looked fairly large, but are you planning on opening up more bays? Like what's your like future on that?
Yeah, so we're gonna have 2 bays set up here permanently, and then we'll have our mobile pop-up simulators as well, which can then be popped up here when we have a bigger event. So two simulators, and we also have a chipping simulator um that is actually extremely the most accurate for short game chipping. So we have
Really?
2 of those set up as well. Yeah. It's
That
it's amazing.
Needs a putt view.
I mean, yeah, it was the putt. Yeah, the putt view. That's
Yeah,
what
you need one
It's
you
of
guys
called
those.
put me
chip
on.
it's called Chip Caddy.
Okay, on on the chipping one, chip caddy.
It comes with everything, and I'm telling you, it's the most accurate chipping and putting, and it's fun because you can play games. The ladies can play it, the kids can play it. So we've got a couple of those set up as well.
Very cool. Like what are your so like obviously we talked about you're in California, we're in Minnesota. So we're very weather dependent. We only have a small window of like.
It cracks me up that you said during the winter time because like you don't really have a winter
Well,
time.
yeah, as I say, you do have a winter, but not like
No.
Midwesterns here, So like, is the golf simulator community in California, is it a pretty big deal? Because I mean, here it obviously is because we have a lot more time to use it. But what about you
Mhm.
guys in California?
Yeah, that's I haven't really thought about it. We're not, we're really not putting the simulators up for a purpose other than this idea of the building this ultimate man cave, right? Like
More the
it's not
community versus just going to
that
play in a
right.
simulator. Yeah.
It's so fun to watch 20 people hang out here and we do a KP contest or we do guys versus girls or the juniors versus like it's just a fun almost like an arcadey type of experience. Although we get, spin rate and club facing, all that stuff, like nobody's looking at that. We're just here to drink, bet some money, play some games, talk some shit, and have a good time. So
I like it.
it's not as big as I think it would be in other areas. For the reason it's big in other areas.
You guys have like a 10-20 minute like station shift where it's like you have to bench. All right, switch.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you'll meet one of we call him Chief Ops guy. He's here. You'll meet him here shortly, and he can drive the ball 350 yards and probably bench a house. So he's a big boy. So
That's
he's
what he
the only
said.
one that uses.
Hit a bomb and then you pump
Yeah,
some.
yeah, pump some iron, then hit a bomb, vice
Yeah.
Yeah,
versa. Yeah,
yeah.
he just
And then shotgun a
crap it.
beer and then run on
Yeah,
the
exactly.
treadmill and then chip a ball. Yeah.
I
We'll
literally
have
wrote
some
this
sort of
down
beer
word for word
Olympics.
actually earlier in my little notes that I was typing up is like my whole like summary of like what you guys are is kind of like a one-stop shop, right?
Mhm.
And I definitely want to talk about the tournament boxes, but you said it earlier, like it's just apparel and hats, but you guys have, I mean, socks,
Mhm.
different
Hoodies.
tools, hoodie. I mean,
I'm a big fan of the golf hoodies.
yeah, I mean, you guys have like everything, right? It's not just pretty much besides the clubs and all. I mean, you have golf bag. I mean, everything is right there at
Right.
your disposal. So like that was kind of my thought is like most companies that start as a golf company, they try to do the like, yes, some of these brands are charging 80 to $100 for a polo, which is first off outrageous, especially when they're large companies, when they're probably their pricing is a lot lower than some of the other people. So
Yes.
like I totally understand that, but the fact that you guys are kind of diving into not just the apparel itself, you're doing the accessories, and then I'd like to talk a little bit about it, but females and youth, I think that's huge.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
women definitely don't get enough love in the golf industry.
Yeah, we've had some females on, and it's the same thing over and over. It's like they're starting to come out now, but before it's like you have this little section, and it's very stuffy. It's kind of very like
Yeah.
old school style. So I love that you're trying to make that something make a change.
Yeah. Yeah. So $25 hats, right? Here's a couple things about them. Melon created a dope hat, right? And they did the technology and they changed the industry. And all we did was said, we love that. We're gonna take that. We're gonna make it our own. But we're gonna give a melon hat a run for its money. Water resistant. I do videos where I'll pour wine on it and the wine will right, but $25. We do $25 hats.
A
All of our
fraction of
hats
the
are
cost. Yeah, melon hats are
25
nice,
bucks.
but they're uber expensive.
100%. And you put ours next to theirs. And I've always tiptoed around the our marketing and calling out competitors, and this comes from my sales. But at the end of the day, I'm not calling anybody out. Melon's a great hat. You could pay $80 for a melon or $25 for our hat. That's your choice. But we're aggressively going after the industry, right? You buy a Peter Millar, and if you're buying Peter Millar for 110, you might not be our customer, and that's okay.
Yep.
But then you have every other company that's charging $80. We charge $40 for our polos. It's always $40. And we've got a marketing campaign coming up where it's like Bad Birdie's marketing. You can go get a polo and a hat, and it's $100. You can come get 2 polos from us and 2 hats for $100. You choose. A lot of a lot of our stuff's made in the same factories as these big guys. Like it's like it's not okay. And we are creating a business that is directly attacking the price of the industry because it doesn't make sense just because all these companies got in and they got in because the margins are crazy. We are pricing ourselves not just below the competition, but significantly lower than the competition to keep them out of it. And that's what allows us to do the tournaments is nobody can do them because their pricing so high.
Right. But you're still making money though at the end of the day. Like you're not, that's the thing. Like you're not like no disrespect to Bad Birdie Golf because their stuff looks really cool, looks really dope. But I haven't purchased anything from Bad Birdie, but I'm sure the quality is really nice.
I looked at their website. I was like, wow.
It's
Like,
$110 for a
like the
quarter
stuff looks super cool. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
And I'm sure the quality's there, but is it $110 worth of quality? You know, like I'm a big fan of like those really heavy sweatshirts. Like, don't get this is from Peter McKinnon. I think
Yeah.
Peter McKinnon is probably one of the dopest photographers I've ever
Yeah.
seen. It's like a $130 hoodie because it got a big pirate thing on the back.
Yeah.
But
Right.
that's because he's a small business, right? But like the quality is really nice. If I didn't have to spend $130 on this damn hoodie, trust me, I would have bought more.
Yeah.
So the fact that you're putting out good quality products, hats that are water resistant, UV protective apparel for 25, $40, like that's
Yeah.
unreal.
Yeah. And so that's kind of our big thing, right? Is I don't know if you remember if you've seen it. There's like this old YouTube video of this guy talking about like the hotness scale, like the hotter the girl, the crazier that she is. And he does this,
Yeah.
he does this whole graph. And so I kind of have this thing of like price and quality go in the same direction, but there's a point at which price and quality intersect that when price increases, quality does not increase at that same level. That's where we found our sweet spot is that intersection of price and quality. And we're always going to do that. And that's it. And but also be transparent about it with everybody. Like I don't if people know how much these products cost us, I'll tell people. Like the transparency is really important as well of and our other thing is we're not designers. Like we do all this on our own. We just our biggest thing is what looks good and what's comfortable and what fits well. You're not going to see like these extravagant designs or different cuts of things. Like we just do like you like that, let's make it. Can we do it affordable? Better than the competition? Boom, let's go.
So like is your target audience not to like poach people from like that are trying to buy a Bad Birdie and all that, but you're essentially trying to compete with those companies that have that style of apparel, but obviously at a more affordable rate. Because I mean, Bad Birdie's developed a really good platform
I would
and
say reputation.
reputation. There you go. And I think, but okay, for example, I mean, they had Reggie Bush as one of their. So I'd imagine like obviously that goes into an effect of like obviously I don't know if I'm trying to like say this right, but like
I know what
sure
you're
it's
trying to
not
say.
cheap to have
I know
Reggie
it's so
Bush.
it's kind of like what we were talking about earlier, right?
Yeah.
Like the Dodgers signed Shohei for like a bajillion dollars, right?
Right.
What's gonna go up in cost? The concessions, the
Everything. Yeah.
parking, so you have all these extravagant ad campaigns where it's like, yeah, now you gotta kind of boost the sales because hey, Reggie Bush wears this,
Right.
or
Mhm.
hey,
Exactly.
J.R. Smith wears this, stuff like that.
So is that kind of like your like direct competition? Is that who you're kind of trying to target is get the people that are like, hey, that's a good product necessarily, or it's a good product, but we have just as good of a product, if not better, for half the
Yeah.
price.
Yeah. So I love the comparison that Shohei signing. I hate the Dodgers tremendously in living in
Oh,
LA.
trust me, so do I.
All my yeah, good. Yeah, I mean, we can get into that at a later time, but there's a couple things. Number one, the aggressive marketing against competitors is strictly because I envy their brand.
Yep.
I envy the brand that they built, right? I say Bad Birdie and I say Peter Millar and all these other companies. But we're doing the same quality stuff at a better price, and that's why we're marketing that way. Hey,
Sure.
it's the same. You choose. Here you go. Blind test it out. If you like Bad Birdie better, great. I have Bad Birdie in my closet. You'll see that we have our logo tag on the bottom of our of the polo, of the placket of the polo, which was first done by Bad Birdie. It's a genius marketing identifier. And so we've taken a lot of these things that a lot of these companies have done really well in wrapped them up into our little own with our own twist.
Yep.
Who we're going after is the people who want to be connected to a community of like-minded people that are in golf. Cost is a benefit. If we're building, we hear all these people say we're building this company for the golfer. No, you're fucking not. You're building it to make some money. The way we're making money, right? We run on much lower margins, but there's a few ways that we make our money. One, we have a golf lounge. We do golf leagues. We have pop-up simulators, right? Those are the ways that we also make money. We have to, but also everybody that works for us are unpaid ambassadors or product advisors. We have a network of 20 guys and girls that are connected to the brand and do it because they believe in it. And so that allows us as well to not be paying these absorbent prices and costs for people, because we have this really amazing group of people that just like back the brand and the mission and the value proposition and say, let's go. And so that's the last piece of why we're able to grow at the range that we are.
That's well said. Yeah, I like that. Makes sense. Can you talk a little bit or tell us a little bit about the tournament boxes?
Yeah.
'Cause you have, I think, a few
I think
different style.
yeah, I think those are so cool.
Yeah.
I remember that's how I found your guys' page was I saw that and I was like, okay, that is super cool. Um, I went on the website, I'm like, how do I buy one of these? And I'm like, oh, that's for the tournament. I'm not getting one. But
It's perfect though. That's kind of like I said, we've hosted tournaments, and I think that is a untapped market, right? Like
Yeah.
there's not a lot of places. I haven't seen a place that has, again, going back to what I said before, summarizing, it's like kind of like that one-stop shop. You have everything that you need right in the box.
Yeah. Yeah. So there's a lot of work that goes into the boxes and from both sides, right? If you you throw tournaments, right? The facilitation of multiple products and having to work with multiple vendors and multiple customization and logos and mock-ups and approvals, and then you're paying all these like there's a lot of work
Mhm.
in the people throwing the golf tournament. And the people throwing golf tournaments are usually directors of golf, golf pros, or people who don't know how to facilitate all those things.
Yep.
So that's that problem. The what we do is this is also the service standpoint of we take everything under one roof. We do all the customization. We pick the products out for you. We customize them for you. We receive them. We package them. We then deliver them on the same day, on the day of the tournament. We interact with the players. We hand them out. We check them off. We save the information in our database for the following tournament. And then we typically stay and sponsor a par three where then we're interacting with the players again. So there's a huge service that's tied to that I just don't think a lot of companies do. There's a company out there, Swannies, and
Yep.
I think you guys have,
Very
and they're
local here.
yep. And so they do, they have a tournament package.
Yep.
And we actually were at a tournament with them, and I also think Swannies has great product. But they show up, they distribute, and then and it's not customized. Typically, you pick from a list. Here you go, and then they leave. And for us, player experience makes them want to come back next year, makes them comfortable paying more money, and makes them look forward to the T prizes that they're going to be getting. That doesn't exist anymore. And so we changed the mindset of the player and excite them for wanting to come back or again paying being okay with paying a higher ticket price when they know they're going to get $200 or $300 worth of swag at each event.
You do have different options, correct? So like if
Yeah.
somebody, let's for
So
example, we're on a budget and we just like, you know what, we just want to do maybe a hat and a polo. You have that option? Like, can you tell us a little bit about the different choices?
yeah, absolutely. So what I'll do,
We
so
get to behind
it
the scenes.
We're giving behind the scenes action here. I love it.
yeah, so at Spanish Hills,
Yep.
what we did for them was our signature Good Boy box. We did a custom hat with their logo.
That's sick.
Um,
Can we see the top part of the box? We saw the name on it, but like
yeah, yeah,
okay. Oh yeah, that's
I
sweet.
like it.
That is super sick.
yep, yep.
Yep.
Is it?
So
I'm kind of like a box nerd. Bear with me. Is it
don't worry,
magnetic?
you each will get your own little swag box. We got something in store for you.
Perfect.
Is it? But is it magnetic? Like
Yes.
hell
Say it looks
yeah.
magnetic right off the
I
bat.
just like box. I don't know. I'm a fan of
He's a,
her.
you know what? Just send him a box.
I
You know
Just an
what? That
empty
maybe
box.
maybe
so
we'll give you
my
an
my
extra
thought
one.
process is if the company uses a nice box,
They have good product.
exactly.
Yeah, 100%. No one
Yep,
sends like
yep.
good quality like packaging and just a shit product.
That's
Yeah,
what I'm
I
saying.
mean, like if you do, like that's on you. But like normally, it's gonna be a good product regardless.
Yeah, we have in our boxes that we mail out to customers, we use our just like our regular mailing box Good Boy tape, but I'll show you this is
Put it in our
we put this sticker on them.
Oh, that's sick. Nice little touch to it. I like it.
Yeah, yeah. So it again, the experience, it changes the
100%.
whole scenario for
You
you.
open that box and you're like, you see that, and then all of a sudden, Dom's open a magnetic box right off the bat, dude. He's definitely
Yep.
gonna
Well, that's what I
repeat
well,
customer.
that's what I'm saying. Like, so I was digging through my closet and I found some shoes I hadn't seen since like 2018.
Dom's a huge. I mean, we're both sneakerheads, but
And
he's
they
a big
were
sneakerhead.
they were in magnetic boxes, and I was like, oh my God.
It is. It's so that's the service. Those little touches
Yep.
are the things that we do that others aren't doing.
True.
So and this is one thing you probably love. So I showed you the logo of Spanish Hills, which
Yep.
is a conquistador.
Mm,
That
So
is
what we
awesome.
did is we did a custom polo for them
Oh wow.
where the
You
print on
so
the
you
polo.
you did that within that time frame of because that was
Oh yeah.
once.
yeah, it was like almost it was like less than
Yep.
two. Just yeah, wow.
Yeah, we move fast. We can move fast. We did quarter zip, our quarter zip hoodie that was logoed for them. We did their custom ball mark with the removable coin, little good boy in the back. And then this is our one of our signature products, which is a 30
Tumbler.
It's
ounce
got a
blue.
speaker in it.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
I
guys
didn't
seen
even
that?
notice that. No, I said it was a tumbler.
Yeah,
And I'm
no,
like,
they have those on
oh,
their website.
sick.
I'm
Yep.
like, I kind of need one.
Those are sick.
Don't you guys you may be getting to experience them.
All right, dude.
Um,
That is like
so
the
that's
perfect tournament package. Though. Like if you put a Save Part logo on that or a podcast logo on that, like that bundle. So like, can you
yep.
tell us like? I mean, obviously it's probably a higher end. I mean, the tumbler with the speaker probably isn't very cheap. Obviously the polo, the quarter zip, and all that. But like, what would ballpark be? A couple $100 for something like that, or what are you looking
Yeah,
at?
so
One
and I don't
million.
mind sharing the cost of what it was. So we did polo quarter zip hat. One of the other things I don't have out here was magnetic golf towel for them, the speaker cup, divot tool, and
The ball
I think
marker.
that was it. And they're with the box, their cost was $125.
Wow, that's
We're in the
super.
wrong business.
That is super reasonable. I thought it was gonna be close to like 180 to 200 easily.
Yep, yep. I mean, retail, you're probably looking at about 225, 230. I don't
Still
remember
doesn't
off the
feel
top.
bad.
No, yeah, even that price is
I still doesn't feel bad for everything that was included,
yeah.
230,
No,
225.
and look, you just say you're a golfer and you're showing up, and last year you got a polo and a hat, and this year you show up and you've got this box, and then we were there the entire event as well for the 3 days. We sponsored a par three hole, and we did giveaways for each group. If you're within 10 feet, we gave away our sun hats. So, again, for us, we don't make a ton of money on the tournaments,
Sure.
to be honest,
Yeah, that makes
but
sense.
but that's our way to show people who we are. We're not just a company showing up and giving you a product. We're the good boys.
You want to be invested, build that platform, build the community.
I think my
Yep.
favorite thing we've ever gotten from a tournament was at the 3M. We got a big box full of 3M goodies.
Yeah, yeah.
So we got like sticky notes, we got a sponge, we got some like tape.
Oh, dude, I've used some of this stuff. I've got freaking not goggles, but like like safety
Safety
glasses.
You
glasses,
got
yeah.
safety glasses?
Yeah, I haven't needed to use them, but
I got a really
I
nice glasses cloth.
yeah, the Pete. So obviously the 3M Open is hosted here and kind of in our backyard. So we were able to do the social media tournament, and they handed us out. I mean, not to that level of a magnetic box, but to the fact that 3M is
Yeah.
very uh
Consumer friendly.
consumer friendly, yeah, and all that kind of
Tape,
stuff. So we
sticky
so we
notes.
got all that kind
I
of stuff.
got this little tape that you can clip it to your desk.
I didn't get that one.
Oh,
I did get
hell
I got a
yeah.
post-it note like dispenser.
I got those
It
too.
looks it's all about getting things that are different and
Yeah,
usable. And
unique.
so that's also why we branched out a little bit from non-golf related products. So one of the events we did recently, we did full cocktail sets, but we had them laser engraved with, and it's got the whole shaker mixing set. We do bathroom bags.
You did the little cooler with that, right?
We have ice chest cooler backpacks,
Yeah.
rolling suitcases,
That's what
duffels.
that's how I found them was I saw
You guys are
so I
killing it.
have your Instagram pulled up, but I saw this.
Oh yeah.
They
Oh yeah,
did
you showed me that.
yeah,
Because you said this to me a while ago. You do this be great for a future tournament.
yeah. It's the one with all the ice chests
Yeah.
loaded up.
Yep.
So
Yep.
so let's say, okay, for example, the package you put together for, was it Spanish?
Spanish
Spanish
Hills.
Hills.
Yeah,
Yep.
Spanish is. Um, what like how many were there that you put out there, like as far as like member guests, like for example, like we had an event, we teamed up with Odin's kind of like our, we've been with those guys for a long time, so we've been partnered with them for a few different events, but our
Yeah.
local tournament here, we had probably 60 to 80 people that showed up. No, maybe more than that. I
Yeah.
think it was close to 80 people. And then the last event we had in California, actually in San Jose, and we had close to that as well.
Oh, we oversold it.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
oversold it. We're actually doing a 9-hole event. I don't know if it's something, might be too late, but we'd love to have you somehow come on aboard. But it's January 6th. It's a 9-hole night golf event. So we're flying out there. It's a Saturday, January 6th.
Where's it at?
Uh,
Oh, I saw that on your guys'
yeah,
Instagram. Yeah.
Centennial Golf Club. Yep, 9-hole golf event. Gonna have DJ, taco truck, all
Where's
that
it
kind of
at?
stuff. So I'm unfortunately not gonna be able to
I
make
won't be
it.
there.
I'll be there with my wife, and then Jordan from Odin Golf will be out there. So there'll be a bunch of other companies out there. But like if we're trying to host an event, because we're gonna be doing, we do annual events with Odin Golf, and we try to do a big shindig every year, once a year. That's our goal. What is the turnaround time if we have let's say like 80 to 100 guests that are signing
Yeah.
up?
Yeah, I think so. A couple things. One, I mean, the beauty about what we do is everything's customizable. If you have some events we do, they have a $25 budget. Some events we do, they have much bigger. Some are 25 people, some are 200 players. So it ranges. Everything's customizable. Our turnaround, if it's off the shelf product,
Yep.
10 days.
Oh, wow.
If we're
Okay,
if
so
we're customized, if you guys go, we want our own polo designed, we want to colors, whatever. We look at we can do it in about 45 days. 40 45 days, if things go right, we can do a majority of our product. 60 days is much more realistic.
So you do have, when you mention like $25 boxes, so you do have something. I mean, even 120, like we said, is outrageously inexpensive, from my opinion, at least from like what you're getting. But like,
Yeah.
what does something like that come with? Like maybe a hat or like a ball marker, or like what is usually something for like $25?
Yeah, we would essentially what happens is people start off by telling us what their budget is, and
Sure.
then we'll give them 3 or 4 different options. We can say for $25 we can do divot tool, ball mark, and towel, or we can do
That's not bad.
No.
or we could do a hat and a ball mark, or we or in a lot of cases we could do a polo as well.
Okay.
So we give them options and say, here you go. Do you want to give them more little things? Do you want to give them one big thing? Do you want to do 2 medium things? And so we'll throw that up in as well.
I love that. I mean, I think personally too, I think it really depends on what type of event you're hosting. But like
Mhm.
for the $120, I feel like that's way more than reasonable for especially at that golf course. Um,
Well, and one of the other things we started doing, so this was a little bit by mistake. It wasn't something I wanted to do, but we've probably have all learned it's not about what we want, it's about what they want. We
Yep.
started doing the shopping experience. So at the last one of the tournaments that we just did, we gave them a swag box, but it had a speaker cup, a towel, a ball mark, and then they got a puffer vest, and then they got that at check-in, and then at the par 3 we're at, when they got there, they had a $40 credit to come spend at the pop-up shop. So they're like, oh, I want gloves, socks, belt, boom, and then
You're a
they got
salesman
so
right there. Market genius marketing. I love it.
100%. I mean, look, it's
Fantastic.
when you get to choose what you want and what color and what size, it just makes the experience more engaging and better. And the more that we can engage with the players, the better outcome for everybody, for us, for the people throwing the tournament, and for the players.
So you guys are obviously fairly new in the golf industry. Like, is that your is that your bread and butter right now? Is you try to focus on the tournament so you can help kind of build the platform for you doing your country club style?
Mhm.
Because eventually maybe you want to put another one in another location in California. Is that kind of the idea?
So, man, we are just like pedal to the metal with everything, and we figure it out as we go. And I try not to I say fake it till you make it, and I don't fake that we are just we have all these ideas, and which is, pop-up shops, pop-up simulators, the lounge, tournament business, but it all connects. It's all circular. They all feed each other. So that's our focus equally. Um, the lounge is more of a pay the bills, right? Like that just pays for people to come in, the simulators, the beer they're gonna drink. I think we've got Domino, we've ordered pizza here like 25 times already. Um, our I think in just a little teaser as well, as we're working with a local company now, potentially opening a golf bar lounge
Okay.
in which is take our lounge and turn it into a huge restaurant bar. We are, if it's golf related and it fits within our business model, we're going to do it. And if it's a good opportunity, we're not going to say no. We just have to find a way to juggle all of it. But the tournament business is going to be the primary revenue driver for us because it is big dollars. Um, Nobody can compete with us, period. So that's going to be our business to take. It pays for our marketing. That's going to drive the business, which then drives our direct to consumer business, which then also is going to help promote a brand to be able to go out and do these pop-up shops, these pop-up simulators, and then start hosting really big tournaments as well. I don't think we have, for what we do, because it's all service related right now, like California, Nevada, Arizona is our backyard. Um, but our focus is
Las
try to
Vegas. We get a Las Vegas action.
Vegas for sure. Vegas for sure. So we partnered with the PGA of NorCal,
Saw that.
SoCal.
I added a little note on there to, yeah, congratulate you on that. I wanted to talk a little bit about that. What does that entail?
Yeah, so essentially we've partnered with them to be, the swag provider for their PGA members. So they saw a big gap in the industry as well, and as we worked with them in the customization aspect of it, it just fits, and there's nobody that does it. So, they all decided that we would be a good partner to be able to jump in and help enhance their membership, giving their membership something valuable. And then again, it puts us in front of the juniors and the lady golfers, and it works out well for everybody.
What has been like the hardest part of starting a company?
So, number one, I'm a new dad.
Congratulations.
Number two, I have a
That
wife.
you said
Number
he's my dad.
um
I was like, no.
number
Hey, Dad.
maybe.
Yeah,
Um
No.
good boy golf.
and and then I would say, number no, I still work a full-time job. So I'm working 7 days a week, 14 hours a day. And I have a very forgiving wife, and somebody, she understands the cause and the direction that we're going. But the other thing, and I'm actually gonna invite some of these guys over, Breck
Yeah.
and Bob, and so do like you're just trying to survive. And we've, as I mentioned, the ambassadors and the advisors. So I've got a few of them that are here right now, and one of my business partners, Jason Breckley, he was the one I was telling you, he's a brick house that can drive the ball 350 yards and bench press a
Big man.
house. But you don't have the money to go do a lot of the things formally, marketing or graphic designing or apparel design. We have a big warehouse, and operationally there's a lot of things. Hey, but guys, come over here. We've got some flags they're hanging right now. We got a Hooters one, but it's Shooters Shoot instead of Hooters Hoot. So they're hanging that up right now. We're trying to get this place decorated, but
It looks good so
so
far, though. Like I said, everything you've.
yeah, we're getting there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So without, I mean, to be honest, without the
Oh,
help,
this is the guy that hits it 20 yards, you said?
yeah,
Yes.
20. Yeah. And bench presses
He looks like he hits it
bench presses like
easily
a bitch.
450
That's true.
yards on a bad day.
Yeah, look, if you take me to altitude, dry weather, and a 5,000-foot drop, I might get there. But
I'm pretty sure I've seen you in the long drive contest for sure.
That's about all I can do well is just hit the ball far. Not always straight, just far.
So it's why you got to play a links course, right? You don't have to worry about woods. You can hit it
True.
right or left. It doesn't matter.
Rustic Canyon, that's one of my favorite places. Wide open. Just hit it in the other fairway, hope for the best. That's
Doesn't
kind of how
matter.
it
You're on the
is.
short grass, right?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
yeah, so I mean, honestly, everything is hard. Right, we talked like from picking a name to designing a logo to picking your colors to starting a website to understanding who's processing your payments to releasing a warehouse when you don't have any business history to getting liability insurance to designing. I'm not a fucking product designer. Designing product, all like every aspect of it is extremely challenging. But having this group of people, and I'll introduce a couple more of these guys. That's Tyler, and that's Bob.
What a
How you doing?
And then so what time is it? It's 7 o'clock at night. These guys are here helping build this simulator, and we have people that come on the weekend. So if I didn't have that, I mean, I don't, and I've invested a lot of money in this. I don't know what I did. Wherever the nearest roof access would be is probably what I would be looking for right now.
So I think that's a great piece of advice. As far as building a team, right, that you can trust and uh rely on. But kind of piggyback on that question. What is like one piece of advice that you'd give an entrepreneur? Or I work in sales. Dom technically works in sales too. He's more of a manager style, but I work in sales as well, and I envy people, especially like you, that are able to. I'm married with a dog. I don't have kids, so but I understand that you really have to balance your time, right? It's important, and I work long hours too. But like, what is one piece of advice if somebody wanted to start a company, not necessarily golf related, but just in general? If an entrepreneur was like, you know what, I want to do this. Is there something that you could take of what you've done here that you would you give a piece of advice to someone else?
Oh man, that's deep.
It's a deep
Uh,
question, but I typically try to ask somebody
yeah.
that somebody that's doing something like this because I do find it pretty, I mean, remarkable because again, I understand like you just mentioned like the finances, the rent, the
Mhm.
liability,
Yeah.
like I mean, all of that's kind of
hmm
overwhelming.
Yeah. So there's two things that come to mind. You know, one thing that I have heard, and I don't know if it was forget who said it, whether it's Elon Musk or Mark Cuban, but they say like people always say, I I want to be self-employed. I just want to work for myself. Um, Nobody hears the stories of those people who are self-employed, the fucking grind,
Yeah,
right? Like be prepared for everything that's going to go wrong and the unknown
sure.
because there are so many great ideas out there that never come to fruition because it's hard. So you like number one, you got to have people behind you. Two, you need to have the finances figured out. And I'd say three, like having a mentor. It doesn't matter what business. If they started a business, they know, right? It doesn't matter if it's golf
Okay.
or insurance or whatever. Um, and then the last piece is just make sure like what problem are you solving? If you truly believe you're solving a problem, then you can be successful. If you're solving a problem, you'll be successful. There's just all those pieces in
Yeah.
between
I asked for One
that
Piece. You literally like wrote a book for me. Like that's literally like every one of those are super important. I said like the probably the number one piece of advice people give is just do it, right? But you don't
Mhm.
think of those other, those. I mean, those are super important.
Yeah.
Same thing. Like I agree on every one of those topics. I think it's super important. And I think that's one of the reasons why there's a lot of people that don't make that move. There's really good ideas out there, but actually taking the initiative to do it. Um, and the last piece you said you commented was I'm drawing a blank now is um what was the last piece of advice you said as far
Solve
as
a problem.
Solving a problem.
solving the problem? Yeah, there's so many things. You good? He's good. He's all good. But solving the problem, right? There's so many things in the golf industry itself. Like I said, you're solving so many problems, and you talked about the whole tournament side. Like I love the lounge area. That's fantastic. The country club side of things, but tournament wise, it is a stressful thing to try to reach out to 15 to 20 different companies to try to get donations, which is I'm super
Yeah.
appreciative for all those companies, but it
Mhm.
is nice to be able to put one thing in one box and streamline it. Streamline it. It's so much easier. So
Yeah.
I think that's really important. I think that's an awesome part of your business. Um, I think as far as my questions, we do rapid fire questions. So we don't want to take too much of your time because we've kind of taken over a little bit over an hour. So we just have some few rapid fire questions. But is there anything that you'd like to add before we go into those questions or something that you want to add to the
Well,
to the
I think there was one thing that I think that from an outsider's perspective that I've
yeah,
watched Justin just take care of is do your homework. That'd be another piece of advice because I mean, there's so many aspects to the business, to running a business that are just unknowns for people who are not entrepreneurs or anything like that. And I've just been amazed at his ability to adapt and continue to find research and look at things holistically from that perspective. So I would say that's a huge aspect of it because you're getting into something that you may not have any clue of how big it is. Make sure you do the homework, that you don't bite off more than you can chew. And like I said, Justin's done a great job of that.
it's a great piece of advice. I like that.
And
What
as you
about
can
the other
probably
two
see,
guys? Anything else that they want to add?
yeah, you guys got anything you want to add? Anybody?
No, just, I mean, from looking at it again, like Beckley said, from the outside looking in, um, to answer the question about starting your own business, you got to believe in what you do and you got to commit. And that's 100% what Justin has done. Like, we don't say if we get this done or if we succeed, we say when. And that's like, you kind of get slapped in the face or you get shot some daggers by Justin if you say if, because he fully believes in what we're doing, and he's fully committed, and as well as his wife. So, just the Hopkins in general are fully committed to Good Boy Golf, and you don't say if around here, you say when.
I like that. Get rid of the word if out of my vocabulary. I like it.
Look, we're so financially invested in this that we can't we can't say no right now. Like it, just being candid. Look, it's we. I have big dreams. Did I ever think we'd be where we're at right now? Yes. But we're like this is the starting point. Like I think that we can change.
You just started this whole thing.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I think that we can change. Like
Sure.
for me to be successful is not chasing the money. If we can build the brand and the following, the money comes. And so we're from the standpoint with you guys, I think and I see you're trying to diversify yourself a little bit, right? You have your social media following that's pretty strong. But it's not branded you two.
Yep.
So this
Exactly.
podcast has been a spin for you guys to start showing the people behind, right? The
Putting the
success
faces
of
on the actual company, the brand,
yes.
for sure.
And I think that's one thing I struggled with initially was you won't see my face on the website other than maybe one small part of a video clip. I'm not on the social media. I'm not on, and I did that because
It's
it's
ugly.
well, yeah, I'm ugly, but also that in our much better.
That's not true. But I actually, it was funny you say that because we were scrolling through Instagram like, which guy is this guy? You got to be one of these guys that's been posting regularly. Because to be honest with you, I struggle with that too. I mean, I have a pretty big following just on the Safe Park golf account, and that's one thing that going into 2024, it's like I don't want to just be a social media page. I want to be able to build the same thing, like relate to this person. Because at the end of the day, I'm kind of in the same boat, like trying to grow the game and relate to a lot of these followers that this is who I am. And so like I've struggled with that too. Like it's a vulnerable thing to be, especially when you have like that amount of followers, right? But at the same time, like you're building that brand and product, you want to be able to like connect with that person.
To go back to sales, and they beat this shit down your throat, and for a reason. The story sells.
Yeah.
Right? People want to know the story. If they're going to be connected to the brand, then you have to be the face, and you have to tell the story. As you grow, that story expands, the people in that story expand, the faces expand. And I don't think we did a good job of that initially, of telling our story. We had a really big brand identity crisis. We kind of have one like all the time, but how do we want to market? Are we marketing as an apparel company? Do we want to
It's a
do
learning
the
curve though. Process.
It is. But what we're doing now is we're just doing us, and we're going to do more of these podcasts, get our faces out there more, interact with the community, but tell our story. We're fucking regular people with regular lives that are just happen to take this idea to fruition and bring it to everybody else. But the story is what sells. And so I think for you guys, I like what you're doing because you're now humanizing Save Par, but connecting, going away from the meme and also connecting
For
the
sure.
people behind, which I
That's-
think is cool.
Exactly. All right, let's get the other two guys in here. We're gonna do some rapid fire questions really quick.
Yeah,
It's probably
coming
about
over,
8 to
guys.
10 questions.
Okay.
Be really easy, and then we'll wrap things up. So they said we appreciate your time. They're really easy. They're not tough questions.
Yeah.
All right, I'll start off with the first couple. Dom, you can finish.
Well,
the next
first of
couple.
all, do you guys match?
You guys are matching.
Yeah. Unfortunately,
That's so cute.
Yeah. It's
Look at that. Oh, he's got a backup.
Oh,
the good news is he's wearing pretty much head to toe Good Boys.
Oh, there we go.
Actually,
Oh, there we go.
Well, that's actually pretty sick. I
My
like
shorts
that
are
too.
Good Boy too, so.
No,
There we
that's
go.
true. And these two grew up very close friends in high
Okay.
school, and have been close friends, for a really long time. So it makes sense that they would match.
Yeah, me
That's
and
probably
Don
why
Dom
you
need to
match.
we need to come out there and visit the lounge for sure. I think that'd be
Dude, come
a
on, like
blast.
middle of
Yeah,
winter, get your
yeah,
asses out here. We'll
dude,
go. We'll
seriously.
have a good time.
I like the winter
No,
here. I don't know.
100%.
I'm
Nah, I
weird.
would rather be in the sun, but yeah, but it'd be fun. But there's one question I have on here that actually literally we talked about uh my guy over there hitting 320, and I'm assuming he's probably gonna take the other option because he already hits the ball 320. So that's one of the questions. But I'll ask the first two. Um, starting with you, Justin, you can just go down the line here. What is your favorite polo that you guys offer?
Favorite polo that we offer. I mean, honestly, I've got two of them. One of them we call Cabana Boy, which is like summertime. You go golf and you're heading to the cabana after, and the other one is our snake skin.
I've
Golf a
seen that
lot in
one,
the
yeah.
desert. Yeah,
Yep.
the golf a lot in the desert. So, not a lot of people have bought the snake skin. I kind of take it personally.
Somebody
So
buy the snakeskin polo.
I mean,
you guys might be,
it's
you
a
I've
guys
look.
seen
might,
it though. I
Well,
like it though. It's
Brian wears it.
yeah, it's a
Oh,
vibe
yeah.
for sure.
My
I
dad,
like it.
my dad,
yeah.
that's the one he picked.
Anyways, those are my two. Go ahead.
All right.
I'd have to say the yacht captain, which is the pink stripe. That's probably my personal favorite of the first drop, and then the purple tie one that we've got coming out in the next drop is my favorite for the new drop.
Awesome.
Are we all just answering the same question?
Yeah.
Probably the Havana Nights.
Van
Is it
Nuys?
Havana
Okay.
Nights or Cubano Nights?
It's
Yeah, I've
either-
seen that
either.
one.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Bright.
My number one in the rotation is definitely Daisy.
Dapper Daisy.
Easy.
Dapper Daisy. I don't know if I've seen that one.
That's probably one of our most popular sellers. It
Okay.
was in our first drop.
Okay.
It's blue and it's got a bunch of daisies on it.
All right, I'll take a look at that.
Yep.
My kind of shirt.
Dom, you can ask the next. Oh, I'll ask this one, and then you ask the next one that you came up with.
Yeah.
If you could sell your merch at one, like pro shop, for example, which pro shop would it be?
So I'm gonna
Whichever does the most sales.
I'm gonna stick to Spanish Hills only
Good
because
answer. Good.
they're our first one that took a chance on us. So
Sorry, which pro shop?
Spanish Hills.
Spanish Hill.
Spanish Hills, yeah. I mean, there's a bunch of other really fucking big ones that I would like, but I can't move away from the people who gave us a chance at the beginning.
Got to support them, 100%. All right, John. This is your question. Go ahead.
So, who would your dream collab be?
Paige Sporonic.
Yeah.
That was a quick answer. That was a good answer.
I mean, they're putting up the Hoosier sign.
Yeah, that's true.
So I the tough part is we're not going after the big guys. Like we want to collab. We want to collab with guys like you, where let's drop a limited save par collection. You guys pick it out. This hat we want. Like we want to do a lot of these. Our focus for next year is these mini partnerships with people just like us who have helped us build our brand up and do these mini collection drops like we're doing with the Rams equipment managers or yeah, we've got a local place out here, like little mini collections for people like you guys where you will have some fun with it. You've got a great following. You could be proud of it. You design it and we do it for you. That's our focus for next year.
I like that answer.
And if you guys say no, then we'll go to Paige Sporonic and see if she's
No,
available.
we won't say no. I think that's a great idea. We'll
I mean, I'll
definitely
say
talk in the future for sure.
I mean, if Paige is in, I'm in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think everybody's in, right?
All right. Who would you collab? Who'd
Page
you want to
times
go with?
3.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's the answer. We're not going to get a better answer than that.
No, I
That
mean,
was-
in terms of just hanging out, I think Rick Shields would be kind of cool. I've been a big YouTube guy,
Very
so I
good.
mean, being able to
Great
spend some
reach.
time with him would be awesome.
For sure.
John Daly
Yeah.
has his own vodka called
Loudmouth
Good Boy
Golf.
Vodka.
Yeah.
And so that's on our list of like, throw a Hail Mary and see if
Sign him to
we
a
can
new
get-
this new contract to Good Boy
yeah,
Golf.
yeah. I mean, man,
like
I'll smoke cigarettes and eat Taco
See,
Bell and golf with John
Come on with
Daly
like a
all day long.
marble polo. Just
Yeah.
marbles.
Yes. Exactly. Like the stripe is a marble red cigarette all the way across.
Exactly. I love it. Don, I'll let you ask this question because you this is kind of your bread and butter here with the
What would your guys' walk-up song be? You know, you're on the first tee, you gotta set the mood. What's the walk-up song?
Uh, Nelly Country Grammar.
Ooh,
There we go.
that's a good one. I like that.
All I do is win, DJ Khaled.
Oh, geez.
Mm.
You guys are quick to the punch, man. That's impressive.
No, I got nothing, dude. What?
Yeah.
You guys
And
are.
then there's
I don't-
Yeah, I spoke too soon.
Yeah, the only song that comes to mind is Baby Shark because I got fucking kids.
I mean, you could do
That
that.
would be pretty. That would be pretty dope, though.
So
Yeah.
when the
Bold.
Nationals won the World Series, they had Gerardo Parra. That was
He
walk
had
up
that on the
song.
song?
Yeah.
Yes, he did.
Okay,
Yeah.
we'll go a little bit. We'll go. How about this? Baby Shark was your answer, but like, what about what genre of music? If you don't have to pick a song.
What song just gets you pumped?
When I'm on the golf course, it's a lot of like stick figures and like reggae, like try and get just like a smooth swing speed.
Okay.
And so
Now we got more of an idea. So when we all link up together,
Straight
we know what to
country for
play.
me.
Straight
Just
country.
any
Is there a
country
specific
playlist,
song?
I'm fine with.
Artist,
What?
song, artist or song?
Morgan Wallen. I mean, I'll even go back like a little Johnny Cash too.
I love
I
it.
hurt
Or
myself.
Ta- Taylor Swift's first album.
we're Swifties.
Who's
yeah,
that?
sure.
Yeah, come on, man.
All right,
Come
two
on.
more here. I think this one said we know the answer for that, but if would you rather be able to hit the ball 320 yards off the tee or never three putt?
Never three putt.
Never 3-putt for me as well.
Never three putt.
Never 3-putt.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. I get that. What is your favorite sport besides golf?
Baseball.
Baseball. I mean, I played college baseball. Been doing it for a really long time, so I'd say baseball.
Yeah, we all grew up playing
Baseball.
baseball, so
Play baseball. Okay.
Breckley won the College World Series when he was at Fresno State.
Oh, for real?
Yep.
That's sick. Awesome. You got a sweet ring.
Before Aaron Judge went there. So
True. I actually have a good Aaron Judge story.
Oh, well, do tell.
Oh, so he went to Fresno State. I played him in an alumni game when he was a freshman, and I was probably maybe 2-3 years out of college at that point in time. So we had our alumni game, and I was actually on the mound because I was a pitcher, and threw a slider, and he just ripped one right back, hit me off the shin, straight to the shortstop, like no hop to the shortstop. Shortstop throws it, gets him out at first base. That was out number 3. I like hobbled off, got into the dugout, and I was like, "Oh my God."
Oh my God.
Like legit almost snapped my leg in half. After that, I never threw a pitch in an alumni game again. I was like, there is no way.
Well, you're a big guy, and Aaron Judge is an absolute beast of a specimen.
So at the time, he was probably 6'6", 250. I remember shaking his hand in the line
know.
afterwards, and I'm just
I
like,
didn't know.
Nice.
He's
this guy's a
broken it.
freshman? Like, dude, he looked
He's a
like
big
Blake
dude.
Griffin, you know what I mean?
Seriously.
It'd be
Yeah.
even better if he like just absolutely just like ripped an absolute dong shot off you.
And it bounced right to the first baseman for an out.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
At least I can say I got him out. All right, so that's all. I got some up on him, right?
Yeah, you
That's
did
a
get
cool
him out.
story.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I like that. All
I'll
right,
take
you get to pick
whatever
your
small
dream golf
victory I can
vacation.
from that.
Where are you going and who are you taking?
Mm,
Oh, okay, but Augusta's not included because obviously that's probably
Because it's Augusta.
majority. Yeah, is going to pick that. So besides Augusta, where's your dream golf vacation and who would you take?
that's shit, man. That's a tough one. I'm not um I'm not going far. Like we just did a Palm Springs trip, and I think if it's strictly golf,
Yep,
like
strictly golf.
that's probably the best. Like Bandon Dunes is on there. I haven't been. But I think that the weather, casinos, and quality of courses is Palm Springs.
Yeah. See, when I said strictly golf, I kind of when you just said casinos, I'm thinking like that's got to be part of the golf trip, right? You gotta
I'm a
play a little
massive
roulette or some blackjack or something with
I'm
the
a
boys.
massive better. I
Yeah.
will bet on freaking coin tosses. So,
I love that. You're the guy that I'd love to go to the casino with for sure.
oh, dude, you do or you don't. Like,
Well, that's
and
true.
I'll,
Yeah, I'd say
I'll tell you a quick funny casino story. I used to live in Vegas recently. I would go out, my friends would come, I'd go out to the casinos, and I'm a fucking gambler, right? Degenerate, blah, blah, blah. I would come home super late. My wife would be pissed. But one night I came home and I had won a bunch of money. So I left her like $500 by the sink. She wasn't mad. So every time I came home after that late, I just hit the ATM. I'd pull out money like I won money at the casino. I drop it in the sink and she would never be mad. To this day, she doesn't know. She'll never listen to this podcast. So that'll be fine. But I must have done that 10 or 15 times and it worked every time.
That's a good story. That's the only machine in the casino that actually gives back money, right?
It does.
Still take a small fee.
Yeah. Actually, not even a small fee. I was just out in Vegas. Some of those casinos are charging $9
Yeah.
for a service fee
For
Oh
an
my
ATM.
for an
Just stop
ATM.
like
Yeah, I
two
found one
streets
that was like
before.
$4.50. I'm like, that's a steal, even though it's not a steal. It's outrageous.
I know.
But
Sorry.
how
that
about
was
you
a long
guys? Where are we going?
I'd go to Scotland. I mean, I'd love to go to the home of golf, play all the courses out there, and then after that, go to the distilleries afterwards.
Yeah, that's kind of my pick too. I think if I'm not going to Gus, I'm going to St. Andrews, St. Scotland for sure.
For
Or
sure.
Bannon. Bannon was a good answer too. I agree. That would be sick. What about you guys?
If my wife lets me go on a golf trip, I don't care if I'm going to play the par 3 for 3 days as well. I'm out, dude. I'm good. Don't matter what it is.
Doesn't matter as long as you got
Golf course,
clubs
here
and a
we come,
golf
little
course.
9
You're
hole.
good.
Ideal
Yeah.
trip is just a trip.
Yeah, just any 3-day adventure.
There you
It's
go.
a treat.
Yeah.
I'm obviously St. Andrews also, but I mean, I've also never been to Hawaii. So was it Kapalua or whatever?
Yeah, that'd be a good pick.
Plantation
Go
course.
there.
I like that.
The nice thing about
Um,
Hawaii is that you go back 3 hours. So you get 3 hours of extra sleep. So if you're going on a golf trip and and for you guys, it's 5 hours
Mhm.
or no, yeah, 5 hours. So think about that. That like when I'm thinking, I'm like, am I flying first class or am I driving or do I get extra sleep? That all ties into my golf trip.
So we were talking about sales, right? That's how so we just flew. It took my wife out to Vegas for her birthday, and we're in Minnesota, so it's a 2 hour time zone difference. And that was the same thing. Like here, I work, so I work in commercial roofing sales, but it's like it's been slowing down because of the weather, but it's still been pretty busy. And that's the thing. It's like 7 o'clock here. It's 5 a.m. there. I'm getting phone calls at 4:45 in the morning Vegas time. I'm like, oh, it's absolutely brutal. But you don't think about that until you're actually there. Like, gee whiz, you're trying to.
Totally.
So that was something I had to get acclimated to, but overall it worked out. But all right, we'll just ask two more questions here. Out in your location there, what is your favorite restaurant?
Why is this hard to think about?
I knew that's the last question that you normally
I mean,
ask.
are we going fancy? Are we talking?
I like I
Whatever
would
you
say
want.
It could be Taco Bell
yeah.
for all I care.
Well,
Man,
dude,
easy for me.
Taco Bell's really high on my
Love
list. I'll
Taco
tell you.
Bell.
I
Dom's
love
obsessed with
Love
Taco Bell.
Taco
Yeah,
Bell.
Dude, Taco Bell is my jam.
Yeah, I mean, for me, you're talking about in this area.
Yeah.
Oh, Ruth's Chris for sure. I'm
Ruth's
a
Chris,
big
okay.
steak guy, so
I've never been to
ham,
one of those. They have
potatoes,
a couple of
maybe,
those,
like to
but
say.
Yeah,
I was
it's a chain. Like
yeah.
local place by us is a place called Finney's.
For steakhouse.
No, it's just like an American bar lounge.
Gastro pub.
Yeah, but it's just
I've got
they've
everything.
got really good local beers, really good food, really good vibe. Yeah, I mean, it's just like it's a chill place. You can bring your kids or your dogs or your kids and your dogs or whatever you want. Like
The
it's
whole
just
family.
yeah, they got it's like an easy place to go get good food and get a little buzz.
It's true.
Sure.
Toppers.
Oh, Taco. So good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Toppers Pizza.
Toppers Pizza. It was
Oh, yeah.
reviewed by El Presidente. He came out here and he did a Toppers Pizza review and he gave it like a 6.6 and everybody was furious.
He
Furious
went out
out
there
here.
and did a Toppers review.
He did it. He came out here and did a Toppers review
Yeah,
and
it's not a cheese pizza place. You gotta get their specialty pizza. So
Oh yeah.
it was gonna score low no matter what because he only does
Do
cheese
we know
pizza.
Little honey drizzle.
Toppers? Do we know where Toppers Pizza originally was founded?
it's so the ones out here are just here. There's another Toppers Pizza, but it's not our Toppers
Okay,
Pizza.
just say because we have Toppers Pizza out here as well. So that's why I was
Yeah.
like, wondering maybe it's like a chain.
No, I mean it is. It's local here. It's kind of like if you came in shit on In and Out here, people will fight you.
Oh yeah, for sure.
If you
Oh,
came
yeah.
and shit
I
on
like
Toppers
In-N-Out. Oh,
Yeah, I mean it's
Yeah.
it's pretty good. But
Oh,
anyways,
I
Topper's
totally have
Pizza.
shit on In-N-Out.
I'm not didn't care for In-N-Out. We were in San Jose and he didn't like it.
You
Actually,
know
it was
what?
San Francisco. It was San Francisco.
I don't blame people who don't like In-N-Out, to be honest. Like I get it. I get it. But if you fuck on Topper's Pizza, we're gonna have a problem.
It's the
Different
best.
story.
It really is.
All right,
Yeah.
man. We got one last question that we asked pretty much
Okay.
every guest on here.
Cool.
How do I want to word it this time?
However you
It's
want.
different
You
every
can
time.
you can be really down on it. Like some people, like Brian thought it was a really dark
Oh, I'm
question.
gonna do that one then.
Yeah.
So you guys are gonna die tomorrow. So like that's pretty cool.
Hypothetically.
Hypothetically.
Yeah.
What would your last day in food look like?
So breakfast, lunch, dinner. What are you doing? It could be homemade meal, could be restaurant, anything you want. You're eating whatever you want.
Yeah, I'm not eating because I'm going on a bender
Yeah.
if I'm dying tomorrow.
Can
You're the
I
first
put-
person that's actually said that.
There's
Can I
no
put the white sugar in my nose? Does that technically?
Right, that's the
I wasn't
first.
gonna-
Someone's
I
going
just-
on a liquid diet and a powder
I'm
diet.
I'm gonna partying. I'm gonna turn this lounge into the biggest party house and just go out swinging and then probably order Topper's Pizza and In-N-Out.
Yeah, I'm definitely.
No, you don't get to. He's here for the bender. He's here for the bend. Like we're all in this together.
Uh,
And we're getting my grandma's lasagna. How's that?
Okay, there you go.
Okay, there we go. Fellas, man, it's been an awesome time, man. Appreciate what you guys are doing. We're looking forward to working with you in the future here. And
Yeah.
said starting 2024, let's try to work some out, get you on the podcast again.
Yeah, so let's do this.
Yeah.
I want you guys to. We're gonna build your own swag boxes for each of
Yeah.
you.
Mhm.
I want you to go on the website, pick some items out that you like. We've got a bunch of new drops,
Sure.
the matching stuff that
Yeah,
we
we
had
wanna
on.
match
That's
all
not
you guys there.
that's
Yeah.
I
that's
actually
not
like
on.
that. I like the long sleeve.
I think those
Yeah.
are sick.
Yeah, so we'll throw some other new stuff in once we see what your style is. We'll
Sure.
build you custom swag boxes, speaker cups, magnetic box, you name it. But what we'll also do, and you figure out how you want to do this, is we'll take your box and maybe we'll do one for each of you. We'll do the Derek and Dom giveaway where each will give one person of your following your box in their size and your box in their size as a giveaway to Safe Parts Following.
I love it. Maybe we could do it as a Christmas giveaway or a New Year's giveaway, man.
Yeah, let's do it.
Love
Or
it.
Hanukkah for us Jews. But yeah,
Hanukkah, whatever holiday you guys want,
Yeah.
we all celebrate all together.
yeah.
Yeah, that's
I'm
right.
just fucking I don't
Yeah.
I don't celebrate Hanukkah, but just busting your balls.
Kwanzaa while we're at
But,
it.
but hey, yeah, it doesn't matter. Like I said, we're all in this together. Said we want to help you guys grow and
Yeah.
build the brand. Like I said, we haven't tried anything on yet, but from what you guys are wearing, looks good. Continue the good business and
Yeah, so we'll get that. Send us that in the next couple days. We'll get it out to
Yeah.
you. Breckley's get it all packaged up and shipped out, and then we'll film us packing up your stuff so that we'll say, hey, this is going to be a giveaway, and you guys figure out how you want to manage that. But we'll give
as
your
long
following
as you
some support.
send it in a magnetic box for Dom.
I know.
that's
I'm
all.
not, I'm just going to send an extra magnetic box for you.
I like boxes. I don't know.
No, I like it. I think it's a great touch.
That's all right. I like box too. Don't worry about it.
That is true. And that's part of the reason why we have the setup that we do with swag boxes is because people love to do that unboxing, right? I mean, it's just
100%.
something that is really cool. And
Yeah.
so I'm with you.
Perfect.
So yeah,
Awesome, man. Nice to meet you guys. And said we.
Yep. We
Oh,
appreciate
I
it.
thought you said appreciate it. Yeah. Did you want to add something? I'm sorry.
No, we look. I assume we're gonna get connected again. I think it'll be
Oh, yeah.
fun for us to. We'll connect offline as well and figure
Sure.
some good things out for next year.
Sounds good. You guys have a good new year, man. We'll talk
All
to
right,
you soon.
guys. Yep,
Nice
you
to meet
too.
Nice to meet you guys. Take care.
Take care.
Bye.